And welcome everybody
What's up, guys?
to Boomzies.
So, episode 3.
3.
Yeah.
Trace.
Keeping it
Spanish. Realsies.
Yeah.
With the Españolo.
Yeah. So what's been up? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. We're if you're viewing at Blister Thumbs, thank you very much. Special thanks goes out to Angry Joe and all the beautiful, wonderful people at Blister Thumbs.
Yeah.
If you're out there, your chat's down here. If you're cool and you're at Justin TV, your chat's over here. Over there.
I'm still screwed up.
Still in a mirror.
Yeah. We'll get it down.
Episode
83, probably.
There we go. Episode 83.
Yeah.
It's going to take us 80 more episodes to get to that point.
Me. Yeah.
You.
I'm
Are you a little slow?
a little bit. Yeah.
We'll talk about that on another episode.
Yeah, I know
Yes.
it's going to come back to haunt me.
We're counting with our fingers. Indeed. Man Raid. Hey, thank you, Man vs. Game. That's another thanks we'd like to put out there. Man vs. Game. The inspiration for what allowed us to come onto Justin TV.
Yeah.
He is like our mother, and we came out of his birth canal.
You could say that.
We are his placenta.
Yeah. Little gross.
Little gross?
A little
gross?
bit.
See? That's what I like to do. Gross you out, test you out. Everybody who stopped viewing now, they're not viewing anymore because it's a little too gross. But
That is why it says you have to be 18 to watch
Yeah,
this.
you have to be 18 to watch. It's a little mature.
Because we're going to throw around placenta like it's nothing.
Yeah, no, we don't care. We don't give a crap. But we're starting in here pretty good. Landon, how you doing?
Good.
Good?
You know, last time I talked that, I broke down, I bought a 3DS. And
Yes.
I
Yes,
like it.
you
I
did.
really do. But since then, I bought Resident Evil The Mercenaries.
Yeah.
And, okay, I already know by that response how this is going to go. But I love it. I think it is so much, is one of the most fun experiences I've ever had with a handheld. My friend Dirk, we went out and bought it the day that it came out, went home and played it for hours. And it was a blast. It was so much fun, especially sitting in the same room, messing around with that. It was, I really enjoyed it. It was thrilling. It was heart pounding. The action was there, and it was just extremely fun. So, your distaste.
No, that's a face of happiness. That's my happy face.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I'm happy. When
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's.
That's the exact face I make.
I'm sure your wife can attest to that.
We're having a baby! That's great, honey.
Yeah,
Go cook me dinner! That's how I talk to my wife.
yeah, that's wonderful. So,
I'm a gentle soul.
Yeah.
But on to Resident Evil.
right.
Look, here's my thing. They're charging you $40 for a mode that was part of a $60 game that doesn't actually include all the modes from the mode.
Right. Now, okay, I'll say sure. If you can make a game cheaper, I will. That's awesome. Like, I would love to have bought this game at half price or at $20 or $30. But look, okay, I can say yes. There's probably not as much content as you might expect. It's only 30 missions. Some of them are part of the kind of tutorial right off the bat. But man, the gameplay is so there, and when you're sitting
You're
there
hitting
playing.
the desk.
Oh, I know.
You're hitting
I'm
it.
sorry.
He
I
said
gotta
he
quit
wouldn't
doing
hit
that.
it, and he's hitting it.
I know.
You've
shit.
lied. We're only a few minutes into this cast, and
I
you're
know.
lying.
It probably will happen some more, but whatever. But no, seriously, like sitting there playing with everybody, like with my friend Dirk, like I think that makes that $40 worth it. Like, it is so much fun.
Well, I think we'll have to disagree on that, but I think the one thing we can talk about is the big hubbub about the permanent save, which we've already had a few people touch on this already. Let's see here. Yeah, Strider 2048, how about one save only? That's what we're going to talk about here. By the way, as we're talking, I'm going to just point both ways, because I don't know where I'm going.
That'll work.
Yeah, there you go. Call 316-778-0730 and voice your opinion about this, and of course in the chat. I have an issue with this,
Yeah.
because Capcom is trying to make this all like, oh no, we're just doing it to make it old school, like the old games. When really,
Do you honestly really think that they were out to?
that's what they said. Capcom.
No.
has said-
No. Do you really think that they're out to go against the used market though?
I think so. It's a good idea because, okay, GameStop won't take these. That's what GameStop Online said they would. Now maybe ours in town. A little.
Yeah, no, because the first I had read that the first few hours some GameStops didn't take it because
Right.
they weren't sure, but then they sent out an email saying that it
Okay.
was acceptable, and so I don't know. My girlfriend works for GameStop. I could see if she got an email on it, but I don't know.
Chatita, and well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your gracefulness. The issue with this, for those of you who don't know, Capcom has instated one permanent save file on Resident Evil Mercenaries 3DS, and it can't be changed.
Well, no, but you need to give an explanation of maybe what the game is as well. This isn't a story-based game.
No.
This isn't anything where, I mean, it's time trials of just shooting and killing things. That you go back and you try and beat your score and play through again and again. It's not like you're missing out on content by having this one permanent save.
But what if you want to play
the
through
same
it
game.
again? What if you want to play through it again, unlock everything?
That's the freaking point of this, that you play through it again and again and again.
But I know, but what if you want to unlock everything again?
Whatever. Like, the game doesn't change.
But
It's
you
still
can't
the same
unlock
thing.
everything
The
again.
experience is still the same exact thing, minus your unlocking. Just, does the
Unlocking's a big thing. You like achievements.
Whatever. It's not that big of a deal on this.
You should
though.
hold it right side up.
Sorry. It's not that big of a deal.
We're
on
not a
this.
credible show unless you
Yeah,
hold the game right
there you
side
go.
up. People are tuning off already.
Yeah, whatever. Like, it's still...
Hey, it's Man! Welcome, Man. I'm going to stand up and bow. You're seeing my crotch, but I'm standing up and bowing. You were sitting down and
sat
bowing.
down at that. I
You're
didn't
very
wanna
honorable.
I didn't want to expose.
I'm just like, boom! There's my crotch, man. Thanks for coming.
But look, like, honestly, the going back and replaying it doesn't make it a poor game, and being able to unlock your stuff,
it's the principle. It's the principle behind it. Doing something like that is a very shafty thing to do.
But I don't honestly think that they were out to screw over the consumer and
Well,
at
then
the
why-
same time
I-
GameStop.
like, why would they
at the
put
same
that
time-
in there?
Yeah, sure, I get it. Like, it doesn't need to be there.
Right, it
It's not
doesn't need to be
necessary,
there. It makes no sense.
But at the same time, it's not really hurting anybody that much. And I don't see this as a trend. I don't see that this one thing is going to catch on like wildfire.
Well,
Everybody's going to be doing it.
I don't see it catching on because Nintendo's one of the last cartridge-based systems. Everything else is a disc or digital and then a separate save file. So, I don't think this is going to be something we're going to see too much more of.
No, and that's why I'm not super
I just think it's
concerned about
crap. It doesn't need to be done. There's no options.
Yeah.
What do we hear? Let's look at the chat. Joe 289, Capcom, blank Capcom that don't like their games. Oh, thank you, Wham Bam, for following us. Yeah, and 13 Arcana, just like you said, you can't erase the file either. So my thing is, I mean, buying it used. Here's the perfect example. You bought the game used. You want the experience brand new. You're having to play through somebody else's save.
But
It's
you're
sloppy
buying it
seconds.
used. You can't expect
It's the
that
gaming
it's gonna be the
version
exact-
of sloppy seconds.
Whatever. You're buying it used. That's whatever. You're not buying it new. If you want that experience, then go out and buy the damn game.
But it's not
new.
worth 40. That
It's
is
not
a
going to be at
$40
40.
game.
Look, starting on Sunday, go into Kmart, $10 off, $30.
See, that's why I think instead of putting stuff like that in to punish used gamers, give me an
They're not
incentive to buy.
punishing them,
They
though.
are. It's
not that.
It's a way to say.
I don't think
it's
that
a
they're
way to
sitting
curb
there.
used gamers.
I don't think that they had a little me like, let's figure out how to fuck over the consumer base.
Well, this is the same company who put suicide batteries in their arcade games. I don't know if anybody knows the CPS2. They put a suicide battery. It's literally after a while it would just go out, and if you didn't replace it, which was an expensive replacement through Capcom, your game died. Let's see here. What do we got? Look at the chat here. Chiquita says, no, I know, but there's a lot of games I wouldn't buy new. I buy them used at a discount. See, not all of us are ballin', man. You know, I'm not ballin' like you. You living in your rich apartment here with your rat feces in the oven. I don't live like that. I'm not balling like that.
Whatever.
Okay?
But well, here we're saying I thought this was about co-op gaming. Yeah, we'll get to the co-op.
We'll get to
gaming. It's later. This is kind of our little intro thing.
Yeah, this is, and for those of you who are just joining us,
Yeah.
if you're new to Boomzies, we start things off with a little teaser, a little appetizer, if you
just
will.
kind of a little something that's going on in either in our lives or something that just popped up over the week. And this was certainly something that popped up. And I think it's important and still. Kind of my last statement is like, okay, yes, I'll say it doesn't need to be in Resident Evil. It's this unerasable game save. It doesn't need to be there. There's no super purpose. But at the same time, I don't think it's hurting a lot of people. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And the content is, I say content, the gameplay and the experience is still all there. And
It's still there, but I just-
super fun. But what I will say though is that it is making some people not want to go out and buy it. It's getting all this controversy and stuff. And I think to myself, like, this wouldn't be a proper way for Capcom to go about things because they're alienating certain user bases because they're not going out here to buy this. When at the same time, I think these people should go out and buy these used games and get a little taste, save some money, get a taste of Resident Evil, and they might fall in love with Resident Evil and come back for the rest of it. But
that's great.
By them doing this, I think they are alienating.
I think they're hurting
people.
themselves by putting. Let's just say it's totally innocent by putting this nonsense.
Which I think
thing
it
in.
is. I know you do.
But even if it is innocent, it's hurting them more than helping them.
Right.
So why even do it?
Well, because I don't think they expected this backlash. Because they are, like they've said, that they're making this an arcade-styled game, which it is still.
It's arcade style, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it's still fun. So I don't I'll say I don't think it's catching on, and it still looks extremely fun. Go and buy it if you got a 3DS and you got somebody to play with. Buy this, you will not be disappointed. Yeah.
You're putting like a presidential statement.
Boom.
I believe you will not be disappointed in this game, in this term of Resident Evil. We will play it unto perpetuity.
Yeah. But what about rental stores with this game? Do they have a way to deal with this? Well, I know like online companies.
You'd have to take the battery out of your. You could take the battery out of your 3DS and reset everything and reset the battery. Could that work? Or?
Well, it's on the cartridge.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's really no way to.
No.
But the thing is, rentals. That's a good question.
Well, but at the same time, you're still getting the whole game there. The whole game is there, except for you unlocking your characters and unlocking your perks, which then you go on there and you can use them. Like, that would be awesome, because it took a while to get to Krauser and stuff in the game, and it'd be nice just to pick it up and use them around. But at the same time, whatever, you're going back and you're playing through all the other levels and trying to do your time. I don't think that going out and renting it is a bad thing, and I don't think that companies should not rent it at the same time.
All right, everyone. You check it out. Tell us for yourself. Tell us what you think. I think we have exhausted this battle.
Yeah.
Although I've won again.
Whatever.
Let's not.
It's fun.
Let's not go beating a dead horse on this, and let's move into the next main topic today. We're looking at which are local co-op games dead.
Yeah. I don't know. They're sparse for sure.
Thanks, Stuff Mana. Score one for me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Whatever
for my win. Yeah, you were saying though. Sorry.
It's the co-op games. It's sparse. I miss them. I really had a lot of fun with them. And I think the thing is too. Nowadays, whenever you do get the co-op, there's always some sort of issue with it. Like, it's still not quite. It's like, hey, cool, you got that local co-op. Awesome. Not quite there. There's something missing about it. So
yeah, I think, like you're saying, I think not only are co-op games kind of few and far between, but there's not many of them that I would say are exceptional games that like I have to buy specifically for the co-op.
Right.
I think we come to a point where right now it's all online.
Yeah.
It's all online.
Well,
getting together with a bunch of buddies.
Do you prefer that?
Like I would prefer being able to play local co-op with buddies online. Like that's the ultimate for me. The ultimate for me is like if I got two buddies over and I got a friend online. Eric and I, for example, we played a game on 360 and had one friend online and we all played together. That to me, I think is the perfect experience.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Of course, kind of one of the things you were talking about was the difficulty of making split screen, same couch co-op.
Yeah. It takes it. I would assume that it takes a lot of time and a little bit more effort on those companies. And is it profitable for them to take that time and really put it in there when there is such a big demand for just the online gaming and stuff? If you've got the online co-op, do they just look at it like, okay, that's easy enough, done, that's a good enough experience? But is it profitable for them to go ahead and make it? I don't know if it is, just because it's still the trend. I certainly wish that it was there. I miss it. I want it to be there, but I don't know if companies are really going to do it.
I don't. Oh, hey, Kyrdom, my cousin, he is here and he's joined us. Thank you, sir. He's joined us for the cast. Brownie, sorry, I'm taking a side. I know I'm in a rush, but I just want to thank everybody who's watching us. Brownie, all these wonderful, beautiful people who have joined us today. But I think let's go ahead.
So, well, Joe 28 New York here says NY whatever. Says I like online co-op more. So, I mean, at least there's people out there that definitely prefer that. I like the online. It's okay.
Online's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I think we are moving away in a sad way, in a social context, from hanging out with people.
Yeah.
And I think we see it with Facebook and Twitter. Like, I mean, how many times do you update yourself about how somebody's doing by Facebook? Like, a lot of times you're like, well, I wonder how so-and-so's doing. Check their Facebook status.
Right.
Like, oh, hey.
Right.
But did you really interact with them?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And that's why I think, as great as online gaming is, there's still nothing like getting together
Yeah.
with people
And I
doing
think,
games.
honestly, your experience is like 10 times more fun if you've got that person sitting there next to you. I
Right.
really do. I mean, you still get a really good experience online. I won't disagree with that. It's really good. But, man, playing, like, you know, a nice, good racing game sitting there next to each other. Like, racing. Come on, seriously.
Dude, racing
why can
games-
racing games not
Well, dude-
play two-player at once?
Playing, here's a good, Sir Kus 82, online co-op has more griefing. I will agree with that.
Has more what?
Has more griefing.
Yeah.
Like when you're in real life, like in real life, no one's like, I'm gonna kill you and kill your mother. Like you're like, ha, ha, oh, good job, haha, yeah. You're a little bit more of a non-douche. Your douche level is lower in real life. Online, douche goes up. What were you saying? You were talking about the online.
I don't know.
Was you
now.
saying something?
I'm
Was
lost
I
now.
saying something?
I'm gonna put this on you. You were saying
This is all.
Yeah.
Well, what I think I was talking about is when we do all of this kind of social interaction, it's just nothing like getting together,
Yeah.
you know, with friends. We kind of have a little graph here. We've got something for you to look at, some numbers and percentages here.
Colors.
Color, pretty colors. Look at them. It's a little graph of kind of the co-op gaming we've got right now. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, we've got pretty much the same saturation as far as co-op. Wii, not so much, not as many of the total percentage. And as you can look here, we've got local co-op online. Of course, the Wii has got like 12%.
Pac-Man don't eat the bar crabs. He's hungry. It's his job. It's
He
his
has to eat the
purpose.
bars. And we're not racist here. See, notice how Pac-Man is multicolored. We've got, you know, the red Indian, the blue Indian, the Smurf, the green Indian.
These are the turtles.
Hulk.
I'm
This is the
sorry.
turtles.
Turtles.
Okay, Raph. Where's Don?
He put it together. He made it.
Don. Couldn't Don have been the 2%?
He could have.
Jeez.
He could have.
Get with it, man.
I'm sorry.
But we're looking at all the data here. But if we look at the one data I'm interested in, which is local and online, the green, you notice that the percentage is so small on the ability of games that are able to play with your friends and online. Now, the local split screen, it's about 34, 22, 37%. But the main number, too, if you look at the very end, only 2% of games on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 allow for simultaneous local and online cooperative play, which I think is kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean, in this day and age, you figure that something like this would be simple.
Yeah.
I mean, the developers would be working for it, but I guess here's the million-dollar question. Is the lack of local and online co-op and the co-op issue because of developers changing, or is it because of developers responding to the changes of gamers? Of our gaming habits saying, well, why put the money into it if no one's going to do it?
And I would argue that it's our habits. I don't think that an overwhelming majority of people are outcrying for the local multiplayer. Like, I would.
Right.
Be. But I don't think that's the majority. I don't know. Is that how you kind of feel?
I mean, I think more people are online. You know, the great majority of people, you know, hey, we're gamers, and I'll admit it, most of us are at home, alone, playing games. Because we're losers. Sorry, no offense to everybody.
God, way to bring it down. So is it that we're trading? Are we trading other aspects of the games in place of this? Are we trading pretty graphics and glossy?
Well, like Duffman is saying here, Uncharted 3 Beta gives you the option to sign 2 PSN accounts in split screen for co-op play. Wow. See, now that's cool. Like, that's the ability to bring your data and your information and save it.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
And that's kind of the issue with, like, sometimes, you know, when I say that some games do offer the co-op, like, I'll bring up Dungeon Siege, for example.
That's a new one, right?
So it's there, but it's not everything you expect. You know, that person that's playing is just playing as a random person. You're kind of the host's bitch.
You're just
in a sense. You know, you're like, it's like let's go back to Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on the
oh god
GameCube.
Don't remind me of the Game Boy Advance
chassis.
connectivity.
Just,
that
just like the one person that has to just hold the
right.
thing. Like, you are officially the bitch.
Set the crystal down.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. And then they'll get pissed and lock you guys into a section and you run off and let you all die.
Chichar, I'm so lonely. I'm sorry. I'm like, everyone's doing like deep introspective thought, like, I'm so alone. No one loves me. I hope no one does anything drastic tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone stay alive. Don't do anything. I didn't mean it, I swear. Well, something else I want to kind of talk about was a quote by somebody I thought was kind of pertinent to this. Randy Pitchford, founder of Gearbox, he says the reason publishers demand multiplayer components is because they notice that the biggest blockbusters offers a little bit for every kind of consumer. You have people that want co-op and competitive, and players who want to immerse themselves in deep fiction. But the concept has to speak to that automatically. It can't be forced. That's the problem. And I think that's kind of what part of you and I are talking about. A lot of these co-op games are only co-op because the developer at the end of the cycle is like, kind of like Dead Space 2, which I don't think was terrible online co-op, but I think it wasn't as fully fleshed out as it should have been, so it was just added at the last second because they're like, yeah, everyone loves to play online co-op, let's put it in there. Okay, yeah, add it. And that's what I would almost rather you not put co-op instead of just shoehorning it in like that.
Really? So would you prefer them? I mean, honestly, I mean, in that situation, yeah, then I would if they would devote that time to making the game better. But if they're just putting it in there, I would like to have it there if it's there. But if their time can be devoted towards other things,
put it
then
towards
that's
the
cool.
game.
I would prefer that.
Put it towards the game. Chinchar, are you heading out? Okay, he's going to sleep once more before killing myself. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Just go to sleep. Not for good. Kyrdom, I'll say this: BioShock, Condemn, and other games all got worse in their subsequent installments because of adding the multiplayer at all. Sir, I agree with you right there. I mean, what do you think about that? Condemn 2 and BioShock 2 were worse because of that extras added on.
Well, is the proper game of it worse, or are you just saying that the multiplayer sucked and that made the whole experience
Well,
shitty?
I think I take games as a whole experience. I mean, you take it as a whole package.
If you've got a really great story and a really great first-person aspect, but the multiplayer sucks, I'm not going to say, yeah, that game is terrible. But I would say that first-person story is awesome.
I think the consensus with BioShock 2 was not as good as the first one. Now, I think it was good, but I think a lot of people were saying a lot of retreading. You know, we had a few more powers. Kind of interesting new with the playing as the Big Daddy in some parts. But I don't think that was the worst part. I think if they would have spent the time that was on the co-op onto, let's just say, one of the other aspects of the game, would have made it much better.
But is it only because of the multiplayer, or is it? Sometimes it's just hard to for lightning to strike twice.
Well,
you know
sure.
What I mean,
I think that's that's true, but I think that only magnifies it. You know, when it's kind of like the fly in your soup.
Right.
When you put that little error, it only gets people to look at your other issues and go, well, what else did you not do right?
Yeah, I can see that for sure. For sure,
dude. Well, let's look and see what other people's. Let's see here. Tom Bomb. The BioShock multiplayer wasn't as bad as f.e.a.r. multiplayer. Now that multiplayer was bad, BioShock should add more co-op things and make the game even more enjoyable. And that's where I think part of my issue is too. We're getting less co-op and more versus.
Right.
Like we're going against each other.
But then you got Portal. Portal 2 has been brought up here.
Well, okay, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's a really good co-op. Yeah. I think that uses, and that's where I think we're talking about co-op being thrown in, where you're just the second player following the first. Right. You know, Portal 2, it's completely integral to have the second player. Yeah. And I think we need more games like that.
Certainly.
Hey, Brandon, yeah, the Bubble Man's theme. Yeah. Mega Man, baby.
Get the M.
M for Mega Man.
2. Ooh. See? Yeah.
2. We got to work on our gang signs. Next issue, we will have our gang signs down. I swear. No one kill us.
What color bandanas?
Purple.
Okay.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you have purple bandana?
Yeah. Well, we have to represent Donatello since we totally screwed him earlier.
Donatello's gonna completely shaft us with his bow.
Yeah.
He is completely pissed. Let's see here, Duff Mana. I think Portal 2's co-op is only effective when either both players haven't played it or both have. Which, yeah, that's true. You kind of lose a little bit of the magic when you play through that. Now, you've been playing the f.e.a.r. 3.
Kind of.
I
can't say that I put a lot of time into it, so.
Just BS, and I haven't done don't know.
Yeah, and I haven't done
yes, I played the whole thing.
Yes, it's beautiful. Buy it. Yeah.
They don't know a thing. I see, and that's one that's supposed to have this integral co-op where you're actually two different people.
Right. And they play completely different.
One's a psychic guy.
Yeah, it's not just a clone of the other person with a different face.
Right.
completely different people.
And the other guy is actually integral to the story. He's one of the
brothers.
offspring, the brothers.
Yeah.
Up with the brothers. What do we got here?
No, loving some OC remix.
That's right, OC Remix, baby. This is Disco Dan. That's actually any Mega Man song you've heard has been Disco Dan remix. Go check him out, Disco Dan at ocremix.org. By the way, still got our lovely number up here that you can call, that no one's called up.
Yeah.
I feel like one of those, like,
telemarketers.
Yeah.
Like late night.
Night, yeah.
Buy
Hello,
this.
call us up. My name is Cleo. I'll tell you the video game future. How was that? Did I offend
That was
people, you
wonderful.
think?
No, you didn't.
No, I
offend
think it was
me.
good. Hey, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
That was good.
I've got a living in something else now. That's
Yeah.
great. I think that what it comes down to, though, in the end, once it's all said and done, we've got to have developers focusing on co-op, whether it's online or offline. Because I think local is bad, but I think online we're still...
But should that fall on us, though, to...
We've got a call. We have got a call. Put your headphones on.
I know.
Hi, welcome to Boomzies. Who are we talking to?
What's going on? Sorry, pronoun. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great.
What do you think about this all?
The fact about cross-platform co-op. I've been waiting for that since I was a little kid. You know, you got the same multiplayer game on Sega, Super Nintendo, whatever. But for the first time with Portal 2, Valve and Sony brings across the ability to play between PS3 and PC.
And the
I
PC.
thought for co-op gaming, that was just massive.
See, that's a cool idea.
What do you
Awesome,
guys view on that?
I think that's a cool idea because the more and more we get into people buying multiple systems and games becoming, well, consoles becoming more like computers.
Yeah.
I think the more we see that, the better, because I know I've got friends of mine who are only PC gamers, and you know, if they have the option to play with me on a PS3, and also that was free when you bought the PS3 version.
Right. Yeah. But now
that's another point for me. I hate first-person shooters on consoles.
So you were able to buy it on
First-person
PS3.
shooters on consoles. But I bought it on PS3 just for the fact that Sony took that step to say, let's cross-platform.
See, and that's cool. I think that was Valve's doing. Valve said you get the free game on Steam. Am I correct?
Yes. It was a Valve thing, but it's not on Xbox.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's what made people decide to buy the PS3 version, even when the PlayStation Network was down.
Right, yeah. But now, I think...
And that actually caught me.
What do you say?
What'd you say?
I said that actually caught me. I bought Portal the day before PlayStation Network went down, so I had to wait that entire little stint.
You and a lot of other people.
On my PC. Yeah.
But to me, I think that it should be a step process. I think that's super cool if people can do the PC to PS3 and all that stuff. But I think I would be just happy with some really great local multiplayer, local co-op on the consoles themselves. If you can do the cross-platform, that's super awesome. I love that, but
I think it's the effort, like he's saying. The effort is a good faith in showing that that innovation is happening.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, hey, thanks for calling up, man. We appreciate your words of wisdom. Yeah. All right, man. You have a good night. Thanks. Hey, see ya.
Bye.
What a wonderful chap.
Yeah.
Good lad calling us up.
Super awesome.
You paid him, right?
Yeah.
You gave him like $20.
Yeah. He's doing well.
He's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing good.
All right, sweet. Well, and I think, like you said, we need to focus on local. The other thing I think, kind of bringing us up with this Steam deal, is what if down the road, what if it was you bought a game, kind of like they're doing with the Vita. It's not multi-console as far as companies, but you're able to play it on the Vita and the PS3.
Right.
Like, will there come a day where you buy a co-op game and they say, for whatever console, for whatever company, you get it for all. Nintendo says, this game's for the Wii U and the 3DS.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool, but I don't know. I don't know how likely that'll be.
I think it's very likely. I think it is very super likely. The other thing I want to talk about was one other technology that was kind of with the co-op gaming. They were talking about there's a 3D technology with 3D glasses that's going to allow you to view two images at once, but they're both different images. So literally, you'd put on 3D glasses, I'd put them on, and you could play the same thing on the same screen. You'd have just the same size, but you would actually be able to play it
Right.
like
no,
normal.
There's no screen looking.
Right, exactly. No
But
screen
no, I think
looking.
isn't that technology should be available without the 3D glasses too. I think because I thought I had read a couple of months before Sony did their press conference that this was in works, just like what the TV can do.
Well, it's with the TV. For right now, I heard it's 3D glasses. I heard you still have to have 3D glasses.
Right.
Now, with the TV, I think I heard you had to set a certain viewing angle.
Well, yeah, right.
But see, that would be cool. No more like half screens or anything.
Yeah, just I wonder how well it works. Like, is there a little ghosting effect? Is there,
Probably, like...
I'm sure it'll
probably
take some
not perfect.
tweaking, but eventually. I mean, it's a really awesome idea.
I mean, I hope they come through with something like because we...
But then you gotta have the games that support it, though. So that's the technology leaping forward.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I want to see us get back to the days of the arcade almost. Because in the arcade, everything was co-op. Because it was social. You were acting and talking with people. And
that's what makes the experience, to me, 10 times better than doing it online.
Exactly. Like when we had our guys' game night.
Yeah.
We played Mortal Kombat, we BS'd, ate some food. It was really... I enjoyed myself more than playing online.
Oh, it's so much better.
So, I think the goal is, if we want this to be done...
We need to make the statement.
Exactly.
I don't think it's... the developers, they need to step it up and do that. But they need to know that we will buy it for that reason.
Exactly.
And I think that, we're all just moving so much into the Twitter. I quit putting
that
the
Twitter.
in front of it. The Twitter, the
You gotta
Facebook,
stop buying that Twitter.
So, but we're so into the online, the social networking and all that stuff, and I think that that's fine. That's cool. Like
you still use the Pony Express, don't you?
I use all that. Yes, yes. I have stock in it.
After this, you're gonna telegraph me an angry message. How dare you make fun of me?
But I think we just need to make a statement that that's what we want, and we will buy it. I don't know.
Well, I think, like you said, we make the statement because developers are only responding to what we want. And back in the day when I was a kid, we wanted local co-op. Mr. says, you guys remember those things you would get in Cracker Jack boxes that had little animated pictures that moved back and forth when you waited back and forth? Yeah, the lenticular lenses, which is a technology they're also talking about. Is kind of using that might be in that TV. It's kind of a lenticular lens to where you're looking at an angle.
Right.
Although your resolution is cut in half or something like that.
Probably. I'm sure there's some sort of
Cookie Armor Leader. I don't think co-op gaming is dead. I just think co-op needs to be used for the right reason, or at least reasons that make it have to be. And Portal 2 is a final example of co-op being used the right way.
Well, and I don't think that we're saying that co-op is dead. I think that it's just kind of sparse, and that it's not all the time being used properly.
Right. See, that's the issue. It's not being done right. We're not obsessed about quantity. Yeah. It's about quality.
Occasionally you'll get the really good game, but then most of the time you're like in Dungeon Siege. You're kind of the host's little slave to help you.
Well, I look forward. I'm going to play Duffman. Thank you about that information. I'm going to play the Uncharted 3 beta, which I haven't gotten a chance to. As far as co-op goes, I'm excited about that. Yeah. What's your guys' in chat? Let us know what your opinion, or on the phone. Uncharted 3. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, looks fantastic.
I mean, they're adding these perk systems like in Call of Duty.
Right.
I mean, the options they're adding into it, and like the game modes are very creative, which that's another thing.
Yeah,
I want more game modes than just like King of the Hill and Team Deathmatch.
Right.
That's all we need to put.
But you still need to have those.
Well, sure. No, of course.
Yeah, but add something innovative for sure.
Exactly.
But now we're focusing a hell of a lot on the PS3 and the 360, but at the same time, the Wii, typically almost all their games have that local multiplayer aspect.
Right.
But then you've got it's still kind of quality versus quantity. A lot of their games have that built into it. But do you really want to play them?
Right, yeah, and it's like the party games, just like the knockoff party BS that they put in there for you to play. I don't care to play that.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want to tell them, don't give us the Wii BS collections. Give us, like, quality games.
Right.
So, well, I think we have successfully thrashed this topic.
Yeah.
Beat it down, given it the Boomzies treatment. Sealed it.
Sealed it.
No more talk ever will need about this. Everyone else will be like, calling up their friends, like, hey, what's up? Hey, what do you think of co-op gaming? I don't know. I have nothing more to say. It's all been said. Click.
Boomzies.
Oh, boomzies.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rude way to talk to your mother. I was on the phone with my
I'm
mom.
not gonna tell you how to.
I was talking to my mom.
Yeah.
Because I'm close.
Yeah.
We talk about games all the time. Do you?
No. Wow. Not even remotely.
Well, any last lingering issues here? We look at chat, see if anybody else has Master VG71782. Yeah, that online for Dungeon Siege. Stupidest system. Yeah, I agree. We got here. Well, and one co-op game that kind of in that I'm excited about is Dragon's Crown. 4-player,
right.
PS Vita, which we kind of talked about in the E3 episode. See, that to me is great.
Now, does that go back to, is it easier for them to put that in there because it's, kind of that 2D, that drawn look to it? It's not the big, lush, I mean, it's still gorgeous.
It's detailed. I mean, it's high def.
Yeah.
It's high def.
But at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot less going on in it than, say, compared.
I agree, but I think they just need to push themselves more. That's all it means. We got a question here from, I saw it, Joe28NY. To Boomzies, would you be happy if Steam was on PS3 and 360 and not just PC? Now that would be cool.
Yeah.
Because Steam has got so many great games, and I think the prices are better too, because they have specials all the time.
But that's probably the reason why it might not happen.
Yeah.
Because especially with Sony, they're doing their minis and they're doing all their other downloadable stuff. That I think
they're going to want to keep that.
If Steam popped on to the system, they're going to lose all their revenue and all that stuff. So I don't think that it will happen. It would be cool. I think rather the games that come out for PC that are now on Steam, just same thing with Portal 2. If you had that connectivity between them, that number one won't take away from the sales of their PlayStation Minis and stuff, and they'll get that connectivity, and then everything will be gold. I'll be super happy at that point. But Steam coming on there for me to download the games that are specifically on there, I don't think it's going to happen.
We can only hope. We can only dream. Click our little red slippers and wish for happier days.
Happy days.
That's all you have to say to that?
I was reading and I got lost.
I thought a long time about that. Oh, man. Well, I think we've, like I said, we've talked about it. Thank you, everybody who's joined us here.
Yeah.
We've had quite a lot of great people.
Yeah, well, holy crap! 143
we're 143 now. We're at 180.
Yeah, thanks guys. That's so cool.
Yes, definitely. Thanks again. Like I said, Man vs. Game, Blistered Thumbs. For those of you guys who are on Justin TV, check out blisteredthumbs.net. Great bunch of people over there. Great content, and we're just extremely excited.
I want more. What's next week?
I want more.
Next week?
Next week we're going to be talking about Japanese,
the game industry
in Japan.
Yeah.
And kind of how we've seen a decline.
Yeah. They weren't really there at E3.
No, wasn't a lot at E3, and how a lot of not only Western developers kind of taking up on a lot of role-playing games, but Japanese developers are taking cues from Western developers. And
are they?
That's the question. You're like, are they? Leading question I expect an answer for.
Because you can say, yeah, well, we'll get into it.
Yes, join us next week for that. We'll have a discussion and sort it out. Figure it out. Put the Boomsy stamp of approval on it. But like I said, guys, again, I appreciate everybody coming out here, checking us out. And again, Man versus Game. He is a good man. He's a man of justice. He's a man of... What else is he a man of?
Man of men.
He's a man of men. He's a man of men who is men before. So, any guys... Oh, wait. If you keep going, I will call.
Yeah.
Look, you lost your chance, all right?
If we keep going, it's nothing but 3DS.
No, we are ending it right now. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
For Brian.
Landon.
We will see you guys next week, 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks, and guys.
See ya.
See you later.